Guys, this is what happened when you never in your widest dream, when you never in your widest world think that a black person can be ahead of you. I don't know if you guys have seen this particular video where this particular white man was supposed to be at the front line winning. But because he had that confidence that there is nothing a black person can do, and he has given him a lot of gap, he started shouting, I have won, I have won. To his greatest surprise, a black man came out from nowhere, overtake him, and even up till now, he cannot explain what happened. He has been sad, bitter, pained. Guys, let's go and watch. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in at this episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I did not take you guys for granted. You guys are the best. With that being said, let's go watch, guys. I'll be back with commentaries.
Catch him! Get 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 him! He got it! Nigga, you put it down! Pick it up! No!
And that is exactly why you need to go hard into the finish line. This man thought he had it in the bag. He's doing it. Oh, yeah. Okay, he's already thinking, how am I going to do this medal? How is he going to celebrate? He was like thinking, oh, everybody's going to talk about me getting first place. Like, ooh, I can't wait for my Facebook post, my Instagram post. Like, everybody is going to be loving this. And guess what? Here comes him. Ooh, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. He just started running, gunning, and you lost by like 2 or 3 steps, all because you wanted to have your little victory lap. Oh my God. And you know he's gonna be sick to his stomach, because when's the next time it's gonna be a marathon like that? And if it is, are you gonna be in front or something like that? Like, that might have been his only marathon win in his life, and he just fumbled it away. Like, this is why you gotta go hard to the finish. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Boy, this photo explains America in a nutshell, because you have a white man who was ahead, doing good, everything is great. He thinks he's doing so good that he's already dancing before the finish line. He already checking his watch. He's already celebrating right before he gets to the finish line. And now he hears everybody cheering. He think all the cheers is for him. But you have a man right behind him, working harder, doing more, doing way more, and moving a lot faster. He is running like his life depends on it. And he ends up catching up to said white man. And he ends up passing said white man. And he ends up passing a line before, way before said white man, 2 seconds before exactly. But when they are talking about the race in which the black man has won, Joshua Jackson, you know what they said? They said Joshua Jackson robbed this man of his win. They even said Joshua Jackson snatched the banner out of the hands of this man right here. They even said Joshua Jackson snatched the victory from this man right here. They demonized Joshua Jackson for simply being better. They demonized Joshua Jackson for winning the race because this man was close to the finish line. So instead of highlighting Joshua Jackson's victory, his win, him being ahead, they highlighted the fact that this man was hurt, that he did not win. Congratulations, Joshua Jackson, on being the first, number one, being the winner of this race.
This race, I feel so bad for that guy, but also this is track 101. When I ran track, this is what they tell you. Do not celebrate too soon. Do not celebrate till you are through, till you are done with that race. But the sad thing is I think the audience was trying to tell him, like the people that were cheering were trying to be like, go faster. But I think he thought that they were just cheering for him. So he's like, ah, ah, and they're like, no, ah, and then he loses it. It's so funny though, but I feel like every track coach in America is gonna use that clip. Every track coach is gonna be like, look at this! Don't celebrate until you've actually won the race.
That black man that won the Delaware Marathon, y'all, is epic. So y'all know the white guy, he was in the lead, y'all. He was literally like 2 seconds literally from crossing the finish line. Baby Joshua Jackson said not today. Not today, baby. Joshua Jackson passed that man up so quick. The man was already celebrating as he was reaching the finish line. He didn't know Joshua was that close behind him. The people was cheering Joshua on, cheering him on. The man never looked back not one time. He kept going. When I tell you Joshua sped past him and finished that race first, they say the man was trying to put on a brave face after the race, but he told his close family and friends he was devastated because he worked so hard for it. Listen, y'all, when I saw that, all I thought was a metaphor for life. And it literally just means you cannot celebrate winning until you finish, until you actually win. Because just that quick, you could lose. Ooh.
Here's his Instagram, Josh04 Jackson, Josh Jackson. Here I'm like running next to him. Yes. Oh my gosh. And I think the best at the bottom, the caption is all the glory to God. Yes. And then you've got the American flag and he's running a marathon. Like, this is amazing. Go. I love that there's so many messages in this video. Like, first of all, well, whatever. This is my order. Seeing the guy that's already trying to stop his watch and pre-celebrating. Don't pre-celebrate until you finish the job, okay? And then Josh, who's running up, yes, go. You don't stop because you might win. You might make it. Go. Don't give up. Don't be like, oh, it's for him. He's got it. No, you keep going. So you keep going no matter what. You go even if you think you've already won, and you go if you think you don't have a chance to win. You go, you push, you go. And I love the message. I love the message. And then celebrate. Celebrate when you cross the finish line. Woohoo! And even for the guy who came in second place, just, lessons learned. And you both trained hard. I've never done a marathon. I've done multiple half marathons, but I've never done a full. So hats off to all of you.
That black man that won the Delaware Marathon, y'all, is epic. So y'all know the white guy, he was in the lead, y'all. He was literally like 2 seconds literally from crossing the finish line. Baby Joshua Jackson said not today. Not today, baby. Joshua Jackson passed that man up so quick. The man was already celebrating as he was reaching the finish line. He didn't know Joshua was that close behind him. The people was cheering Joshua on, cheering him on. The man never looked back not one time. He kept going. When I tell you Joshua sped past him and finished that race first, they say the man was trying to put on a brave face after the race, but he told his close family and friends he was devastated because he worked so hard for it. Listen, y'all, when I saw that, all I thought was a metaphor for life. And it literally just means you cannot celebrate winning until you finish, until you actually win. Because just that quick, you could lose. Ooh.
Lord, I have been summoned. Apparently there's an F5 level moment that needs my immediate attention. Watch this. Bruh, now where you get all that gas at the end of the race? This joker's sprinting like he running at 200. He had a reservoir of energy reserved for such a time as this. Yeah, go on, put your hands down, because you ain't celebrating nothing but second place. And in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. Now cue the music. Another satisfying race moment. Moral of the story, in the words of the late great Black Mamba Kobe Bean Bryant,
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
stop celebrating early.
2 for 1.
Huh?
Give him that 2 for 1.
Man, they done scrolled.
Man, give him a chance.
Don't nobody stay for the end credits.
I bet $1 some of them still in there.
Well, all right, well, for those of y'all that's still here, did y'all know they flew Sha'Carri all the way to Australia so she could prove how much more of a superior athlete she was? They had up to a 10-meter lead, and she still won. Watch this. Up to 10 meters, y'all. Up to 10. She hawked them down. When she sped up, she hawked them down. When she sped up, let's cue it again. Another satisfying race moment.
You're watching
Big Brother Big Cam High L.
I can't tell you how many times I tell people this over and over again. Never celebrate until the job is complete or the victory is secured. And why do I say that? Because this man right here, running in the Delaware Marathon, thought he had it in the bag. He was about to cross the finish line when all of a sudden, this happened. Take a look at this. Watch this. Look at that man right there. Pouring it on. There's the guy right there about to celebrate. Watch. Yeah, I got this. Boom. Snatched right out of his hand. Unbelievable. I don't think he believes what the heck just happened. Unbelievable. Look at that right there. Incredible. Just an unbelievable finish to that marathon in Delaware. This individual right here was fist pumping away. I'm in. I got this. Ready to celebrate without finishing the race. And all of a sudden, you saw it with your own eyes. Sprinted, took control, took charge, and won the marathon. Congratulations to him. Let this be a lesson to everyone out there. Never celebrate early until the victory is secured or the job is done. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I wanted to see that too, so I went looking for another vantage point of that race, and I found it. Watch this video, and I'll be right back. And it was at this moment he knew he fucked up. This picture right here is going to go down in history. My question to this guy right here, why were you checking your watch before you even crossed the line? Like that was another thing. You were celebrating too early, and then right, like what, 3-4 feet before the line, you checked your watch. I'm very fucking confused about that shit. But this right here, young buck, that's what I'm talking about. He said, I'm not gonna stop until I cross the line, and he did. Now let's watch that again from the other angle. Somebody asked me what the black experience is in America. I'm just gonna show them this video.
Catch him! Get 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 him!
Yeah, that's the black experience right fucking there.
It's something about this picture that tells me that maybe the marathon is a sprint. As a former sprinter, you always were told not to look back and never to just stop and slow down at the finish line. You run that hole all the way through. But the whole scene was very cinematic. Like, if he didn't have that guy that didn't know him, by the way, that was encouraging him along the way, the evil laugh at the end was diabolical, but it just gave it a little je ne sais quoi. And then the fact that he actually won is crazy. Oh, the lady's face and shock and all, the guy's face when he was trying to cheer and be excited and he literally lost. And he didn't lose, because I mean, it's second place. Like, whoop-de-doo, you did a great job. But at the same time, that's the essence of life, y'all. Like, if somebody try to say, oh, you're behind, you're not gonna make it, you gotta do da-da-da. You gotta be twice as good to get half of what they have, and you did it. And yeah!
Please tell me that you saw the video of the guy who was cheering on the other guy that broke the ribbon. So this was a Delaware Marathon, and this guy here is running, and he's going like, yeah, yeah. And then somebody else was gassing up the other guy, and he's like, go, 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 you got it, you got it. Full sprint. He's going full freaking sprint to the finish line. And this is my favorite. Her reaction when she's holding one side of the finish line and that other guy busts through and crosses over, and her facial expression of, oh, like when I was watching the video, it should be out there. I don't have a copy of it, where he's running and he's pre-celebrating. The amount of times where I see people celebrating before they've crossed the finish line, or they're talking shit before they cross the finish line, and they're turning back to look at people and mock them, and boom, they're humbled really quickly. And I don't know who either of those people are, but it's a message to finish strong, always finish strong, and don't celebrate until you cross the finish line.
Funniest part of the video where the man came in second in the Delaware Marathon at the last moment because dude blasted by him real quick. It's not the fact that it was funny that dude blasted by him like that. It was when the crowd like started yelling louder, pretty much trying to tell him to speed up, or it seemed like they were trying to tell him to speed up. He took that as his celebration moment. Like he thought the crowd was cheering for him. No, that was the
time again. That Delaware Marathon video where the guy think he's won, and then the black man swoops in and gets it. The comments are 110% right. It is never over until it's over. You never ever celebrate until the deal is done, the ink is signed, whatever you want is in your hand, because you just never know when something is going to get snatched out of your hand. And this is something that we see happen so many times. So you would think that people who are running the marathon will be like, I just can't rest until I get past that, till I get past, like I run through the ribbon. But it was just black excellence time and time again. And I love it. And I think him being at the end and just tasting the fact that he could almost win was enough for him to push past that man and get to the glory. But if I was that man, I would be so heated. But again, in every lifetime, I want to be black. The man won. He got his tens. He won fucking fair and square. You just don't ever give up until you are past that line. And I just think that's something that we could all learn from. And it's a good little video. I go back and watch it. And I'm just like, you know what? He just ate that up. And I think that was it. Mind you, the guy in the front probably thought like, oh, they're screaming for me. No, honey, you don't know what they're screaming for. And until you get past that line, you need to be focused on moving forward. He slacked off.
You thought they was cheering for you, didn't you? Can you imagine being fam? You hear the crowd getting louder and louder, and here you think it's because you about to finish this marathon. You done won the race. Yay! Oh shit. Unfortunately, I too had to learn the hard way. You see, once upon a time, I had a song called Now You a Single Mom. It did 1 million views in 3 weeks, and I started to celebrate just like fam because I thought I was gonna go on tour. When I dropped the audio file, it did 500,000 views in 4 days, and it had me feeling just like him. I was celebrating. I thought my life was going to change for the better. And then I got blackballed. I love the irony because he's black. This just goes to show you, honestly, you never count your chickens before they hatch.
Hey, yo, I know y'all seen that boy in that Delaware Marathon. Moral of the story, run all the way to the end. My man was celebrating, cheering, rooting, and everything before he even got past the finish line. Buddy was on him. Buddy was on him. And if you know anything about running back in the day, street racing out the neighborhood, light pole to light pole, when you put that head back, cuz you out of there. Buddy was on him. No brakes. No brakes. He was on him. Zoom right past him at the finish line. Moral of the story, run all the way to the end, bro. Don't stop and celebrate before the party really starts. You killed yourself out there, buddy. Damn, you really thought you had it. Yeah. Buddy was on a mission. My man was big stepping. I'm talking them joints was, you know what I'm saying? He was big stepping.
Good morning, motherfuckers. Y'all want a good laugh? Watch this. It's the photo finish for me, I promise you. See that right there? It's a perfect example of it is not over until it's over. That man put both of his hands up in celebration of the win, only for the other dude to sprint past his ass and win the race. That is a perfect example of it's not over until it's over.
Celebrities have reacted to the Delaware Marathon incident. First up, Rihanna said, "I would never let this go." Next, The Rock said he should be proud of himself regardless. Next, Kevin Hart commented with 3 laughing faces. Next, I Show Speed said, "Humiliating." And finally, Oprah said this was nail-biting. Carson Mello is currently going viral after a video showed him losing a marathon because he celebrated too early. Carson was mere steps away from winning the race and decided to jog towards the finish with his arms raised in celebration. Without him realizing, another contender about 50 yards behind him was closing in fast, as the second place runner surged towards the finish line and raised his arms in celebration, thinking that he'd won. Despite thinking he'd won, Carson was passed at the last second by the laser-focused competitor and lost the race. The footage has now been viewed more than 4 million times since being posted online. It has led to a lot of comments from people pointing out the lesson Carson should be taking away from the moment, which is to always run through the tape. A lot of people are making fun of Carson online, and many more are feeling bad for him. But everyone can agree this was one of the most dramatic marathon endings ever. Before you go, I want to know, do you think this was the most embarrassing finish line moment ever?
That man signing up for ICE tomorrow. Matter of fact, he probably signed up for it whenever he lost that race. I know he hotter than fish grease at a church cookout. I know he is. Oh, that's a hit, Lynn Maker. He finna be another, who that man that's going around suing all the black scholarships and stuff because it's racist now, that he's saying, he's claiming that it's racist, the one that was with affirmative action and all that, because he lost against a black man way back there. So now he been suing every other black organization because he petty. We just ain't creating none of them. To come from the back like that, he thought he had it in the bag. He signed up for ICE already. That's your next ICE officer.
See that? See that why you don't celebrate too early? Oh man. Yeah, I know he dropped the N-bomb with the hard ER. See, that just showed you right there. Don't celebrate too early. He thought everybody would chant him on, but they was warning him that there was a nigga on your trail. And he came through and stole the victory. I wouldn't say he stole it because he earned that. That boy put in the last thrust he had. He turned into a super saiyan. A super nigga. I felt good for him. I felt good for him. I was cheering in the background too, like, yeah, go! Go! Usain Bolt. Damn. I know if he weren't racist before, he racist now. And he probably felt like old boy cheated. He ain't cheat. He ain't cheat. You just celebrated too early. You counted him out. And he counted on himself.
The man who lost the Delaware Marathon has spoken out about how he felt about losing. The Delaware Marathon Running Festival ended in total shock this past Sunday when a runner was passed in the final moments. A man named Carson was only steps away from winning the marathon and was seen jogging towards the line with his arms raised in victory. While he was focused on his celebration, he did not realize that another runner was closing in very fast from about 50 yards behind. Joshua Jackson had picked up his speed and was surging towards the finish while the crowd screamed with excitement. Just as Carson reached the line, he was passed at the very last second by Joshua, who remained laser focused. Joshua finished with a time which was only 2 seconds faster than Carson. Now we found out how Carson feels. One source said, the loser was seen being very upset afterwards. He worked so hard for this. He wanted it more than anything. He tried to put on a brave face, but ultimately he told his close ones that he was devastated. It is clear that Carson put everything into this race, and having the victory taken away so close to finish has been extremely difficult. The video of the moment has gotten a lot of attention across social media, with thousands of people sharing the clip of the unexpected finish. But before you go, I want to know, how would you feel if you were him?
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching. And if there is one thing that the Bible said that I love so much, is that pride go before a fall. Like, how do you get to a finish line of your marathon and you now decided that that was actually the time for you to slow and jog it out? There was no determination. There was nothing like, this man can actually overtake me. Why is it that some of these white folks forgot that there is this say that said it is not over until it's over? It is not over until it's over. You're supposed to get to a finish line. You haven't gotten to that finish line. You decide to slow down a bit. Because yes, you've given this person a huge gap. But look at this black man. The determination was there. He was ready. He was all prepared. With every single breath inside of him, with every single strength inside of him, he was ready to fight to the end. He was ready to run to the end. Even if I perish, I perish. Even if I die, I die. Even if I collapse, I collapse. But you see this finish line, I must get to it. Even if this white guy is ahead of me, that was not actually the end of my story. I am going to the end. I need to push to the end. I need to go to the end. And finally, this man just came and overtake this white man like a dream. The white man was shocked. The white man was shocked. White people are furious. White people are mad. My God. This can only be God. See, when we tell some of you that black people are God's choosing, you don't just joke with us. You don't just play with us. You don't just do things as if we don't understand our left from our right. A lot of you guys will not understand when we say that. How can you explain to me that this black man still have the chance to win? Looking at the gap, there was no hope. Looking at the condition and everything, there was literally no hope for this black man. But the determination inside of him kept pushing him. You can do it. You are a winner. You are a conqueror. You are this. You are that. And he won. And he won. Guys, I think this is actually going to be a lot of lesson to a lot of us. That you don't quit, you don't try to quit something until you get to that last end. You don't try to stop something until you see the finish line. You don't try to bridge something until you see the mark of where you are going. You don't try to just stop. Reach the end. There might be something special, something spectacular about the end. It's also a great lesson to as many of us in life. No matter how you think down of yourself, look down of yourself, probably you're doing something and it's not yielding fruit yet. You are investing on something, it's not yielding fruit yet. You are investing your time and it's not yielding fruit yet. This is not a time to quit. Let this video be a lesson for you that the beginning of something did not matter where the end is going to be. The beginning does not justify the end. There is still a brighter future, a brighter star at the end of the tunnel. When I saw this, I was pleased. I watched this over and over and over again. I watched the gap between the black man and the white man. I watched how the black man was determined. He was looking at the end point. He said, if not until I get to the end, I'm not going to rest, even if he's mile away from me. And I was also looking at this white man, trying to cheer himself up and tell him, you've done it already. You've made it already. It is your time to take over. It is your time to do this. And before you know, within a twinkle of an eye, it was just a shock to him. That's so sad. That's so sad. You can imagine his pains right now. You can imagine the anger inside of him. You can imagine what he will literally be going through in his mind. Oh my God, congratulations to us. We won. We did not only win, we won with a great honor that nobody expected. Nobody knew it was going to happen. And is God not good? Let me know what you think in the comment section, and credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And guys, thank you so much for staying stick and hook with me to the end of this video. And with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.